All right, so my name is Job. I'm 30 years old by now, and I live in the Netherlands, and I've been doing ecom for the past 4 or 5 years right now. And yeah, 3 months ago, I finally exited one of my websites via Ecomswap with a successful transaction to the buyer. Well, it was actually in a niche which I have a really high affinity for, and I saw that there was a lack of web shops in that niche in the geo that I was selling in, and I thought that I could just do a way better job. Yeah, that's why I started it. And right from the get-go, it actually worked really well, and that's why I continued with it. We were switching over our company structure towards Hong Kong and outside of the Netherlands. So that website eventually was the only thing tying me to the Netherlands still in terms of payment processing and everything. And also I was working on different projects that I thought were more worth my time. So eventually I decided that I wanted to go for a sale. Initially I didn't even know that I was able to sell because I didn't know any brokers, and then my personal coach eventually said he met you in Dubai, and he said that, hey, I know a guy that's able to sell stores. And I was like, oh, opportunity, let's just try and see what it can bring. And yeah, eventually you came up with some numbers, and I was like, sounds like a fair price and a big cash increase in one go. So yeah, it got me interested in selling, and eventually I decided to pull through. Well, in the beginning, because I wasn't as focused, it was a bit slower because you requested some things of me and I was a bit sloppy with that. But eventually it became quite smooth. You were quite clear on all the things that you required from me. And also the communication was only with the buyer at the end. But I would say generally everything happened in a safe manner. I didn't have the idea that I would not get my money or that something sketchy was happening with the buyer. So everything went quite steady, quite clear. Could have happened faster, of course, but that's because I was focused on different things. But overall, it's a positive experience. So mostly focused on some fashion stores that I'm going to run via Google Ads. And I'm planning to eventually sell this as well in like half a year to a year, once we have some good data to back it up. Eventually after that, we want to start running up a full-on brand, probably in the fashion industry, might be in sportswear. Because me and my business partner have a high affinity with working out in all kinds of sports and activity. So yeah, I guess that. Yeah, if your business is on a high roll and you're already considering selling, make sure you sell it faster rather than sooner, and make sure that your numbers for the past year are very steady. Because your business is going to be significantly worth less if your numbers from the nearest months towards your sale are going to impact your actual sales price the highest. So for example, I know a guy who has a brand, and they did amazing numbers last year, and they probably could have sold the business for a couple of million. But right now the business is crashing down a bit, and probably it's going to sell for a lot less right now. So if you're already considering selling the business, rather do it than when you have great numbers than when it might have already crashed in.